Welcome to Hey Thanks. We're your hosts,
Ivy Miller.
and Lauren Hawkins.
Hey, thanks, Lo.
Hey, thanks, Ivy.
Hello.
Hi, Ivy. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing, Lo?
Great. How was your week?
My week was great. It was good. It was weird. I had a first date, which was also a blind date.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever had a blind date?
I have, unfortunately. Okay, here's my thing about blind dates. It's like anybody who sets you up, they're so excited. They're like, I have this great guy. You're going to love him. And they're convinced they know you so well. Like they know you better
well.
than yourself. And they're like, wedding bells are going to be ringing and just right down the road there. And they're like, they want that call after the date. You know, they're like so excited.
Yeah.
So how'd it go?
Oh, so weird. It started, my agent was like, oh my goodness, I used to represent this guy and he is hot and cool. And I was like, okay.
What more could you want?
Exactly.
You're right. Yeah.
And she's like, what? And he really, really wants to take you on a date. And I'm like, okay, can I like look at his Instagram? Oh, he doesn't have an Instagram.
Oh God. Red flag.
Oh,
number one.
of course he doesn't. But also I thought that was kind of cool.
It is and it isn't.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. He's not like on social media, which is refreshing. And so she shows me a photo and he looks hot. Yeah. And so we exchange numbers and he starts texting me and he's like, yeah, I'm coming down from San Francisco. And I was like, wow, that's a long way to come down.
Long way for a first date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he texts me and he's like, do you like sushi? And I was like, yeah, I love sushi. He goes, great. Wear something really nice.
Okay.
So the day comes and
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm staying at my parents' house and I hear the ding dong and my dad gets the door and I hear him laugh when he opens the door.
Oh no.
And I'm
so
like,
scared.
no, because my dad gets so much satisfaction out of me going on weird dates or like when he sees someone that's interested in me and I'm like very obviously not interested. It's like his favorite thing in the world.
He lives for it.
Lives for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this guy shows up and I come downstairs in my great grandma's like really classic pretty dress. And I never get a chance to wear it. So I'm really excited to wear it. And I go,
It's an heirloom, family heirloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're breaking her out.
and I round the corner and see my date for the evening. And I also don't like to judge people's outfits because, you know, an outfit is a self-expression. I think if you really like
Absolutely,
something, then
yeah.
that is so sick.
Yeah.
Whatever
absolutely.
it is, if you love it, amazing.
And rep it hard.
Yeah.
You know, like confidence is key.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what we had here.
I can't wait.
So me in my great-grandmother's dress.
Looking stunning.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah. I never get to dress up. This was fun. And this buddy is wearing short Uggs,
No.
plaid shorts,
No.
wife beater.
I'd love to know what his casual look is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not done. A beanie sagged off. So like a little bit of hair in the front showing.
What's his hairstyle? In the beanie.
In the beanie.
Okay.
And then to top it off, glasses hanging on the ears but on the back.
Oh yeah, the reverse glasses.
Reverse glasses.
I've never understood that look.
Well, it was about 7 p.m., so neither did I. So I was like, oh, good. And my dad turns around. He's got the cheekiest grin.
He just knows.
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah.
And then I look at this guy and I'm like, hi, I'm Ivy. Nice to meet you. He's got a huge wad of gum. Like, hey, nice to meet you.
Chomping.
Scratches his crotch and shakes my hand.
Put a little flavor on the shake.
Yeah, dude. So gross.
Oh, that is disgusting.
And I like side eye my dad, and he's just like, "You're gonna have so much fun." I'm like,
You're like, yeah, rescue me.
Yeah.
Blink twice.
"Yeah, no, he doesn't care. He's so excited for me to
man.
go." So I am like, "All right, well, let's do this, I guess." Get in the car, and we're going to dinner. And we sit down for dinner, and on the way to the dinner, I quickly realized we don't have much in common because I gave him a fair chance. Maybe he's really fun, just has horrible style, even though style is one of my most, like, if you have good style, you are hot.
Yeah, totally.
It's pretty simple.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. Yeah.
So I gave him the thorough chance, and just the stuff he was saying was very, like, not aligned with me. And so I was like, well, I can either suffer through this next few hours, or I can really, like, use this as character building for my own arsenal and get to know him. So I start asking questions, and the waitress comes up and goes,
Yeah, what's the restaurant like?
"Oh, yes, very casual
Very
sushi
casual
place."
sushi. Okay. I was almost expecting like you were going to go, catch the fish yourself and kind of butcher it situation.
Yeah.
Like a ceviche on the beach. But
That would have been fun.
honestly, that probably would have been better.
So the waitress comes up and goes, "Hi, what can I get you guys?" And I go, "Oh, can I just have like a spicy tuna roll, please?"
Easy.
And he goes, "Ha ha, I hate sushi. I'll take the kids' chicken teriyaki." And I'm like, "Yo,
Oh my God.
what?
You're like, why are we here?
Why?" And so she leaves, and at this point, he's going on about his ex. And I'm like,
Also, red flag number 60. Here.
just like the biggest red flag.
yeah, like never talk about your ex on a first date. First date 101, actually just don't talk about your ex ever.
Yes.
Unless the question is asked.
Yeah.
And then still don't talk about them.
Yeah, just like get what you need from it.
Yeah.
Move on with your life.
Just, you're not dating them anymore.
No, you're not.
You're not.
So he's talking about his ex, and he's like, "I always fall for the crazy girls." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Why? Why do you fall for them if you know that they're crazy?" And he goes,
Still has the
"Honestly,"
gun.
yeah, still is a good. Goes, "Honestly, the sex."
Yeah. Oh my God. You're like, yeah, that's not what you're getting tonight. I don't know if you realized that yet. Oh my God.
So then he's going on about his ex, and I'm just like, okay, I'm like pretty over this. Like, you're just classic. And we leave the restaurant, and as we're leaving, I hear, I think his name was like Steven or something.
Of course it was.
And I hear, "Steven?" And I'm like, no way. And I just keep walking. And sure enough, his ex-girlfriend is like, "I saw your location was down here in Oceanside."
No.
Shows up at the
She's
restaurant.
talked to him.
And I just kept walking. And there's
Beelined.
like, "Angie, like, what the hell?" And like they're having a conversation. I'm like, "I'm done. I'm out of here." And so I start to call an Uber. He catches up to me, grabs my arm, and I'm like, "Do not touch me.
Never grab
sir."
a woman.
Like, no. And I like jerked my hand away and was like, am I gonna start screaming right now?
Yeah. Like,
Because I have no problem doing that.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. That's
Protection
always an
is
option.
key. If you feel unsafe, just start screaming and never go to the second location.
Ever.
But this guy felt pretty safe. You know, my gut was like, he's just a ween, but whatever.
Harmless.
Yeah. So he's like, "Let me drive you home. I came all the way down from San Francisco. Your dad would be pissed." I was like, my dad doesn't care.
You're like, my dad doesn't give a shit. He wants the story.
Yeah, he knows I'm coming home tonight.
He has no doubt about that.
So I'm like, whatever, drive me home. Sure. So we're driving home, and he pulls over at like this local makeout point where I'm like, "Why are you pulling over?"
Oh, he still thinks he has a shot. I see.
Pulls over and goes, "Got a surprise for you." And I'm like, "No, I just want to be home." But okay, what do we got? He pulls out a 3-foot bong out of his back seat and goes, "You blaze?" And I'm like, "No, dude."
You're like,
Blaze.
I just want to go home.
And he's like, mind if I rip one real quick? And I was like, go for it.
You're like, before your drive home to San Francisco tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So he fills it up and blazes and
Rips one.
and dumps it out and goes, got another surprise for you. And I'm like, no,
God,
please.
no more surprises.
Goes to the back of his car, opens up his trunk, and you already know what's back there.
What is back there?
I'm going to let everybody just take a wild guess.
So if you're thinking the same thing.
And yes, it is an acoustic guitar. So he opens it up and I'm like, oh, great, cool. An acoustic guitar. Now I see where this is going.
A nice serenade by the moonlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, God. It was really tried.
Yeah, man. Wonderwall. Really, really average rendition of Wonderwall.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that's
what a choice, you know? Just like, you're like, I know, you're like, I got this. Like, I know what is going to get this insanely hot girl
to buckle.
to, yeah, just buckle, not from sledding injuries, but literally to buckle at the knees bilaterally.
So he plays and I'm like, great. Are we done? Cool. Let's go.
I love that you stuck it out this far.
Within every bad thing happening, it's always a good story.
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
So I was just looking through it. So we get home and my dad's like, wow, that was really fast. Here's a 20. Go get a froyo on me. And I look at him.
Oh,
like,
the
you're
pity.
such a dick. And the guy goes, oh, I was thinking the same thing. Thanks, Pops. And I'm like, no. So we go get froyo and we come back and my dad's like about to send us on another location. I go, no. And I shut the door behind me.
That's so bad on so many levels, right? Like, not only, I'm still stuck on the Uggs, by the way. Like, what
Uggs
a
and shorts.
choice. Also, like, I still want to know what his casual look is for his not fancy dates. And the ex-girlfriend having the location, so many questions on that too. But honestly, yeah, like if you, what? Also, this was a setup. I almost forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Did he try for a second date?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But I
yeah,
hit him with the block. I'm heavy on the block.
It's a good option. Now, okay, how do you get out of if you're like on a bad date and you're like, I can't possibly anymore? Like, do you have exit strategies?
See, a lot of girls have really good exit strategies. Like I think was it shoot, what's her name? The comedian. She's amazing.
Oh, who? Amy Schumer?
You gone to be kidding me?
Oh, Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler.
She is fantastic.
She's amazing. She made an app that gets you out of
Stop.
something like that, where you have an app to get out of bad dates. But here's the thing.
I love that.
I am so incredibly blunt and I have no problem being
You're like, I'm not having fun.
I'm not having fun. I want to go. And
I'm bad at it.
really,
Yeah, I'm so bad at it. I feel like obligated.
really?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm at dinner. I'm sitting there. I feel like the fact that I'm sitting at the dinner means I have to stay because then like they have to pay at the end and I feel like guilty about that. So then I feel this obligation. Then I get myself into these situations where I'm like, wow, I haven't wanted to be here for like 2 hours. And I feel like I'm like hurting them or letting them down. It's this whole thing. But I've gotten better over the years. But it's like this weird thing where I feel this obligation and it's so bad.
That is bad.
Yeah.
Because
but we're working on it.
you don't owe men shit.
Right. Yeah. That's
Nothing.
That's what I'm starting to understand.
Nothing. And you know, you can do it a nice way. I need to work on my tact. But like, say you're at dinner and you're not having fun, at least for me, and I've been called a bitch, but I really don't care. Like I prefer
I gotta care less.
it's harder said, or it's easier said than done.
Yeah. But you're really good. I need a little bit more of your bluntness.
It's
good. It really is good.
It's good when you
direct,
look
it's
back,
to the point.
but like in the moment can be very awkward. But I'll be like, do you just want to split this? Because I want to go. And I've done that before.
That's a good technique. I think, yeah, that would, because that brings me to like first dates. I think it's always good to kind of like offer to split it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's like the nice thing to do.
That's the
but
nice
you
thing
can
to
like
do.
preemptively, that's a really good idea. Like, hey, I'm just not feeling this. You know, let's split the bill, and I'm actually gonna head home.
Cut our losses.
Yeah, cut our losses. Well, we're not ahead, but at least a little bit more
Just
ahead.
like, let's save each other's time.
True. Yeah. Like this isn't going anywhere. I'm not gonna waste your time.
Yeah. Have you seen
I like
Love on
that.
the Spectrum?
I have, and I love that show.
I love it so much.
It's so good.
And something that they're really, really great about is just saying exactly what they're feeling.
You know, you are so right about that. And it's incredible to watch because I'm like, we try to tiptoe around, I think, people's emotions and what we think they're feeling and what we are projecting onto them based off of what we're bringing into it. And I think that's what I do a lot. I think I'm like, oh, they must be feeling this way or they're going to be hurt. And it's like, no, you don't even know each other that well. Like it's nothing, and it's nothing personal. It's just that actually, I think you're right that it's actually more respectful to just say, hey, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's cut our losses now. But yeah, that show has a really, you know, I think an incredible message behind it. And it's like the honesty is so key. And they are so good at being just bluntly honest.
Yeah. And because I think honoring yourself in that type of situation will get you so much farther if you're not having a good time or if you were having a good time.
Right.
But you don't feel good from their communication. So say you're really into somebody and they're only giving you like they're giving you like medium, not answering back all the
Right.
time, or like just being hot and cold. Like that is also a time to be like, actually, I'm good because I want to save my own self of going, is he into me? Is he not into me? Is this
my
happening?
gosh, and that's-
Is this? Oh my gosh, here's an excuse. There's another excuse. It's just exhausting.
It's so exhausting. And it's like dragging it out so much. Like, yeah, just making a decision. Like if it's not a fuck yes, it's a fuck no.
Exactly. If it's not a fuck yes, it's a fuck no.
Yeah. Like lukewarm is not going to get you 20 years down the road with this person.
No. And what's meant for you won't miss you. And it will, and when
I
it's
love that.
meant to be for you, it will feel like it is.
Right. Like I'm always trying to convince myself like on the dating apps. Like you've seen me where I'm like, oh, like, you know, yeah, like let me give it a shot. And then I'll end up matching with the person. And I'm looking back and I'm like, I'm never going to go on a date with this person. And it's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like be picky.
Be super
Be
picky.
super picky. And I'm always trying to, you know, my therapist, like, I thank God for her every day. She is the best thing ever. And I'm a huge proprietor of therapy, but also like just I have an amazing group of girlfriends like I'm so thankful for. And I think in the last few years, like we've all been through big relationships. We've been through big breakups, and just knowing that it's okay to tap out of something if it's not working. And like, yeah, that moment it's gonna fucking suck so badly, but like you will come out of it on the other side. Like you will be okay
And better.
and much better. Like it's gonna suck, but then you're gonna wake up one day. And I have a really good friend who just went through a breakup, and she's like, when do I start feeling better? And I was like, I can't tell you like January 31st, 2023, you're going to be great. You're going to be
11
feeling awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are literally just going to wake up one day and realize you're okay.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do in that interim period is just put one foot in front of another. That's it. And just get through one day. Don't try to think down the road. Don't try to think about the next relationship. Just do that. But I digress. Anyway, so with the dating apps, I'm like, don't settle.
That was another question of mine.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of dating apps? Because I'm a big fan of meet cutes and like meeting somebody naturally, but also I don't leave my house that often.
It makes it kind of hard.
So I'm in this like weird, it's weird. I don't like forcing the meeting, but I also feel like it would be nice to meet people.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
So I think I'm on the same page as you. Like I ideally I love meeting people in person because for me, I think I make judgments on people on the apps that I wouldn't necessarily in person. Like I want to hear
Yeah.
your voice. Like
Mhm.
I want to see how you look in person. Like I want to see your mannerisms. I want to see how you act around other people. Those are all so important to me. And you can't convey personality traits on the apps. I'm sorry, but there's no way to do
No.
that. I know they have the voice audio and the videos now, but it's like it's the the same thing as social media. It's what you want people to see. So it's not a real representation of how you are or who you are or what you're, how you're acting around people in real life. So I have a hard time with that. And then I think too, I personally I just make such snap judgments, and I think we
Yes.
all do. And it's like 1 to 2 seconds that I'm making this judgment on a human being. And for some reason that just doesn't, I don't know. I've always struggled with the dating apps for me, and they just haven't been easy. And I don't think I come over very interesting over text. Like you can ask any of my friends. Like I'm a bad texter. Like I suck at texting. I'm like, hey, with like the wavy emoji, and I'm like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Dude,
like,
I'm also a weirdo over text.
Really?
Yes. There was this really, really hot actor guy who I was
not Uggs.
no up. Well, I don't know. We
never got there.
we never got there because he messaged me and I was like a fan, so I was trying to act chill. I didn't want to be a fan. I wanted to be like,
oh, you were like, oh, let me slide into the DMs.
no, he slid into
Oh,
my
he slid
DMs.
into your DMs.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And asked for my number, and then I was like, yeah, so what are we doing? He's like, well, what would you like to do? Which also don't ask me that.
Whoa.
Tell me
Oh my God,
what I'm
I
gonna
hate
do.
that.
Make me a fun night. I'm a fun person. I want to also have a fun person.
Right.
Around.
Don't slide into the DMs and then ask me what I want to do. No.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So then I texted him and was like, all right, here's the plan. Show up at the Marina Del Rey Harbor with a rope, a bucket, some zip ties, and some water shoes or something. It was obviously a joke.
You're like,
No reply. Never heard from him again.
radio silence forever. Did you get a
Yeah.
block?
I don't know. I didn't try again after that. But I thought it was hilarious, but he didn't get the joke, so it wouldn't have worked out anyways.
Yeah.
But also I could see how that would come across as strange.
But comedy's fun. Also get the joke. Read the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read the text,
Read
bro.
the fucking text, man.
Bring those zip ties.
But that is also a thing. It's like, I always hate when people are like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And I'm
Ugh,
like,
hate
I don't know, what do you want to do? And it's like, just make a plan. Like, it's so much hotter to me when someone's like, hey, meet me here at 8:30. Like, even if it's a surprise, wear hiking boots and bring a
that's fun.
backpack.
That's
go
really
on an
fun.
adventure. Even if you live in a city, if you live in a place where there's a lot of outdoors, be creative. You don't have to be that creative. You could literally just Google fun dates in your city. It's not that hard. Or even just pick a restaurant you like. Even if you don't know, obviously food allergies aside, vegetarian, vegan, whatever, maybe figure that out first. But just make a plan.
I feel like I would be a really good guy.
Same.
I would make fun dates. I mean, I do make fun dates, but I would love for a guy to be like, hey, got a little fun something.
Yeah, that's so hot.
And
guaranteed you're going to have a better time.
yeah. I mean, that's fun. I had a guy be like, hey, we're going to a museum. I'd never been to a proper museum, I guess. And then
That's so cool.
an art gallery. And it was so fun and different and cool. And it was nice. I saw him more manly because he just took the reins and was like, yeah, we're going to do this. It'll be fun. You know how to have fun on your own. So then maybe we can have fun together.
Great. What a concept. Crazy. Oh my God. Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Wait, so okay, back to meeting people. Because this year I'm really I want to be really good about dating. I'm really excited to go on a lot of first dates. Obviously, I'm not very good at the apps. So you're more about the meet cute, but how do you facilitate that?
I love grocery stores, but I'm also romantic and I also have read so many books from the 60s. And
It was a different time.
in the 60s, they every Sunday at 2 to 6 p.m. was like singles hour. And so,
At the grocery store?
yeah,
Shut up.
yeah,
What?
that was the thing. They
Can we
would,
bring that back, Whole
I-
Foods?
I have been trying. I've just been hanging out in the grocery store and no one shows up.
Are you like chilling at the counter, like
The meat section,
the meat section, sausage section?
tiptoe over to the apples.
I mean, banana. I love a smoothie.
So I don't know. That's for me, I feel like that's the most like neutral place. But then again, like going out with friends, mutual friends. I don't know. Obviously, I've been single for like 6 years almost now.
Yeah, it's been about it's 4 for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good for us.
It's good to be single, to get to know yourself, especially like in these formative years. I have obviously my grandparents and my mom. Like my mom's pretty good about not doing this, but like older family that's just like, so are you dating? And I'm like, no.
They're like, when are you having children?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like mind blown.
Yeah.
They're like, but you're 31. I'm like, so?
Yeah.
Like 31's the new 21 if you hadn't noticed.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's your response to like when family asks you? Are you I'm just blatantly honest now.
What
I
do you
used to
say?
sugarcoat it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, being single is great. And they're like fucking seizure in the corner with grandma.
What was your sugar coated answer?
I'd be like, yeah, I'm just trying to get out there, like, going on a lot of dates, meeting a lot of men. Or then I started saying, oh yeah, I'm actually seeing someone right now, just to get them to shut up.
And the questions start.
And then the questions start, and that's not a good option either. So then, just be blatantly honest.
Yeah.
Tell them how you feel.
What are some do's and don'ts on a first date?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay. So I think number one do, I think that we just went over, but like make a plan that's hot. Like just be confident about it. Even if it's something that like you're not sure the person likes, like you said, going to the museum, like you hadn't been to maybe a real museum before that, but it's super fun. So I think making a plan, I think that's amazing. Number two, I think this kind of like chivalry is not dead. Like I'm a sucker for you opening the door for me, like letting me walk in front. Like I think there's something to be said for that, and not
Manners.
just like, yeah, manners are really important to me. Like I think it's so hot when a guy has like good manners and can actually like treat you with some sort of respect. It's just like it says something to your upbringing too. Like
Absolutely.
I think that's really important. And then in regards to manners, like when you're on a date, like don't talk about yourself the whole time. It is repulsive. Like I literally want to fucking throw up. Like do not fucking talk about yourself for 3 hours. Ask questions. Like, aren't you there to get to know each other?
Yeah. It's like going on a treasure hunt. You don't want the treasure to follow you.
Yeah, and stalk you.
You want to find the treasure. So
Yeah.
let me ask you questions.
It's fun. It's
Ask
like,
me questions.
also, like, I don't need to know every nitty gritty detail about your work life
Ugh,
on the first date.
yeah.
Like, if I ask, like, what's your daily inbox look like? Like, what are the emails you're responding to? Like, other than that, like, you can tell me what you do. Like, maybe later on I want to know that, but like, talk about interesting stuff. Like, and then also, I think if you're on a date, like, especially with meals, I think it's really nice to kind of offer at the end to split the bill. Like, I don't think any one party should expect to like pay for the other. I was recently dating this guy, and we had gone on a date, and I had like booked for us to go to this bathhouse, which was like a super fun date. Like you get to like dip in all the pools.
That's a good date.
Great date. Like, and you can chat, and it's like really fun in there. So we went on the date. I had like booked it for us, and then he was like, that was the best date ever. Like, can we do that again next week? And it's like a nice Tuesday night date, especially in the winter in New York City. It's perfect. So I was kind of seeing if he was going to take the initiative on this. And I was like, hey, I'm at work right now. Can you go ahead and book this?
Yeah.
And he responds like 20 minutes later, he's like, oh, got my pass.
And you got both of them last time.
I got both of them last time. And I was like, cool. Got it. This will be our last date.
Yeah, that's bad.
Like, just, that's not that hard, right? Like, I shouldn't have to tell you, hey, I got this last time.
Yeah,
You
that's already weird.
Yeah.
But okay, you said you don't think that. You said splitting the first date.
I don't know. I think it's a nice gesture. I think at least to offer, like, hey, like, we should split the bill.
I would prefer to not pay the first date.
I mean, yeah, same. But now we live in this, like,
I will offer but the first one, just that's a personal preference.
do you think the offer, like, you offer it and then see what happens?
I also like men that take control.
Take the initiative. Me too.
Not like in a weird, creepy way, but just like I got this.
Yeah.
I can handle this. I want to treat you nicely. Let me get this. But also, I've got a lot of things going on. If I'm taking a dinner to get to know you,
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like, I would, of course, love for them to be like, hey, like, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I also like to be sort of submissive in that sense in the relationship. Like, I want to date a man who's like going to take control and not be a doormat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And also, I think that goes for every girl. It's different.
Right.
And
right.
we have similar expectations in that regard. And I think sometimes I can be a bit stuck up sometimes. Just like with my like standards and just I've just gone on so many weird dates the past few years that I'm like, I don't have time. Maybe I'm becoming Scroogey.
That's okay though. I mean, it's you get a little jaded after a while.
Yeah.
You're like, oh god, not this shit show again. Yeah, I know. I've gone on some bad dates too, and it's so disheartening. You're like, where is he? But also,
Do you believe in a he or the one?
I believe in multiple ones.
Really?
I think there's multiple people you can like have a successful long-term relationship with and fall in love with. I think it's sort of, yeah, I don't think there's the one.
Yeah.
I think there's multiple ones. At least I would like to think that. What do you think?
I don't know. I want to say that I think that there's multiple ones, but I'm also a bit delusional potentially, but I definitely think there's the one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everything I read says no, there's not. But I have so many like really best friends that have looked me in the eyes and been like, you will know. And they have their person standing right next to them like, yes, you will know. When I met this person, I was like, yes, that's my person.
Right. And yeah, so many people say that. I'm like, I feel so, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Seems crazy out of how many billions of people are in this world. And I'm like, there's one that I'm supposed to be with.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. So, well, that's, I guess keep listening. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
Or we won't.
Or 6 more years will go by.
6 more years will go by.
What are some big red flags for you?
Great question. Definitely the talking about themselves. I think that speaks to sort of personality traits that might not be, what you're looking for. That's number one that I think you can pick up on early. I think another one is watch how your date treats the staff.
Yes.
Like watch how they're treating the wait staff. Like, are they pleasant? Are they nice to them? If something goes wrong, like how are they reacting? Like wrong dish comes to the table. Are they an asshole? Or are they actually like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like this actually wasn't what we ordered. Maybe we can make this right or whatever. Like how they respond is huge and how they treat the people around them is huge. If you get to meet your date's friends, like in an early point, huge.
That's a good one.
So I think it's actually in a good way, really, it's good to meet the friends early on.
Yeah.
Because you can really get a read for that person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because is it your 5 best friends or who you become?
Totally.
Like
I really believe that.
Huge. It's so important.
Because you're a little bit of each of them.
Yeah.
Right. And then also my therapist, she's amazing. She's like, all of your best friends have something that you wish you were more, like a quality that you wish you had.
Yeah.
And so like that's something that there's this admiration, and then there's also this like respect because you're like,
An inspiration.
yeah, it's an inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have what are like the biggest red flags for you?
I can't stand when people care what people think.
Oh, like yeah.
That is that's an absolute no for me. If someone's worried about what people think. Another one is, seeing red. Like if someone doesn't handle a situation well and gets mad easily, not for me at all.
Yeah, temper.
Yeah, gross.
A temper.
Get out of there. And you don't need to be nice.
Yeah.
Just pick up your things and go.
Yeah, if your gut's telling you to get the fuck out of there, just get the fuck
Follow
out of
it.
there. Follow it. Like it's probably telling you that for a reason. So what are your 2023 dating resolutions?
Oh, geez.
Quick.
Okay, just honestly, just flowing. My word of
Flowing.
the year is magic. So
Love that.
things that come to me are meant to come to me, and things that don't. I'm just trying to follow my gut, stay in my flow.
I love that.
What about you?
Don't force it. That's it.
Love it.
Just let it happen.
Amazing.
Amazing. Until next week, guys.
This episode was produced by Tastemakers Media.